So yesterday was Mother's Day. A very happy belated Mother's Day to all the awesome moms. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the New York City real estate market in April. April is traditionally one of the busiest months of the year for New York City real estate market. Usually in April, we would have little over 2,000 new listings that hit the market, and half of that would go into contract. Now this April, to put up, that's a background, right? So in April, we had a 70% increase in terms of contract activity. So we had a little over 2,200 new listings, and 1,700 listings went into contract. So you saw it was very busy. In terms of bidding wars, another thing that happened more in Manhattan was bidding wars. As you know, we've been talking about bidding wars in Brooklyn. That's been happening for a while now. In Manhattan, we haven't seen them as much, but as of last month, they're happening more and more. I'm currently still selling 2 condo studios in Chelsea, which is a lower dollar price point and a traditionally pretty liquid segment. So for both of those 2 studios, they went into a bidding war, and they were both won by all-cash investors. This is important to know because we've also been saying investors have not been here in Manhattan, and they are finally making their way back. In terms of the prices, we've been saying also prices have been, even though we've been busy for a few months now, but prices had not increased really because the inventory problem remains pretty high still in Manhattan. We reached the peak of 20 months of supply back in October of last year. In April, that number declined to 14 months. Now, it's still high, but we've really come a long way in terms of recovery. And because of that, because of the heavy contract activity, our prices finally started to recover. The dollar per square foot in April actually increased about 5% versus the average dollar per square foot for 2020. My condo, going back to the studios, since they're lower in dollar price, the prices they are going to contract for, and they're approaching 2017 levels. So they're approaching previous highs. So in New York, as it happened in the last cycle, when recovery happens, it happens pretty quickly.